Okay, today I'm going to be showing you why you should never eat an orange by a balloon. And do you think you could use an orange to fuel your car? So if you're ever at a birthday party and you get a nice new balloon, I warn you now to not eat an orange by it. So let's say your kid got a nice new balloon and he's all happy about it and you decide to eat an orange by it, here's what happens. So notice when I squeeze the orange, there's a tiny little bit of oil comes out, and something odd happens when that oil hits a balloon. It just makes it explode. So what is going on here? What is it inside of an orange that's making the balloon explode? Well, let's investigate this a little bit. So in order to see what's happening here, let's test what happens when you squirt an orange peel near fire. So you see when I squirt the orange peel on the fire, it flames up as if there's something flammable in an orange. And it turns out there is something flammable in an orange. It's a molecule called limonene. And limonene is a hydrocarbon. That just means it's made of mostly carbon. And also it's a non-polar molecule, meaning that the electron density is spread evenly throughout the molecule. There's not one end of the molecule that has a higher charge than the other one. And that's also true of latex. Latex is also made of carbons that are non-polar, and so the electrons are evenly spread throughout. And so what that means is limonene can easily migrate through the latex and kind of dissolve the latex. And it's actually not dissolving it very fast, but because the latex is spread out very thin and there's a high pressure inside the balloon, all you need to do is change the thickness of the latex a little bit in one spot and it easily pops the balloon. But you can see when it's not under as much pressure and I put the limonene on it, you can see it doesn't just eat through the balloon or anything. And it's not like it's just dissolving the balloon and making it just dissolve away and fall apart. But what it's doing is it's making it a little bit more brittle because the limonene is kind of migrating in between the long latex molecules. So you can see even after a long time of rubbing it in here, I still can't really make a hole in it. It's just that when it's under extreme pressure and you get one spot that's weaker by putting a dot of it on there, that's when you see it break and it becomes brittle. So you can see that I can kind of just pull it apart now because it's so brittle. But here's the thing, if limonene is actually the thing that's making the balloon pop, and it's doing it because it's a hydrocarbon that's non-polar, then other non-polar hydrocarbons should also be able to pop a balloon. And what's an easily accessible non-polar hydrocarbon? Gasoline. So I have here a little bit of gasoline, and I'm just gonna drop a drop on here, and it does the same thing. So limonene is kind of interesting because it's this solvent hydrocarbon that can be used to dissolve plastics, but we also eat it in oranges. So does that mean that you could actually fuel combustion with limonene? Well, it actually is plausible. I looked up the enthalpy of combustion of gasoline versus limonene, and that just means how much energy something gives off when it's burned per gram. And limonene gives off 43 kilojoules per gram, and gasoline gives off around 47 kilojoules per gram. So they're right in the same ballpark. So let's assume your car gets around 25 miles per gallon. I calculated that in every orange, on average, there's about 10 milliliters of limonene. So that means you'd need about 100 oranges for 1 liter of limonene, or 387 oranges for 1 gallon of limonene. So technically you could fuel your car to go 25 miles with 387 oranges. Of course you'd have to extract out the limonene, and it would probably mess up your car a good bit to fuel it with limonene instead of the clean gasoline, but it sure would be cool. But I definitely recommend for drinking, stick to orange juice and not gasoline. But why is it that when you brush your teeth and then drink orange juice tastes so bitter? The scientists believe that the most likely culprit behind oranges tasting bitter after you brush your teeth is the ingredient in toothpaste called sodium lauryl sulfate. And basically, it's the soap-like ingredient in your toothpaste, and it makes it froth up when you brush your teeth. And basically what happens is, in orange juice, there's actually two tastes. There's a sweet taste and a bitter taste. But usually the sweet taste is a lot stronger than the bitter taste, and so we don't really focus or recognize the bitter taste. But when we brush our teeth, the sodium lauryl sulfate, it attaches to the sweet receptors on our tongue, and so it dulls them, and so we can't really taste the sweetness anymore. And so for orange juice specifically, it's very easy to taste the bitter component of it when you don't get the sweet component of it. And so that's why after brushing your teeth, orange juice tastes so bitter. If you have a toothpaste that doesn't use sodium lauryl sulfate, then you can check it by brushing your teeth and then drinking some orange juice, and you'll see that it's not bitter. Hey everyone, thanks for watching another episode of the Action Lab. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the subscribe button and leave me any comments or questions that you have in the comments section, and I'll try to get to them. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.